There's something magical about a journey by train. Sometimes the magic is inside. On a train, you can meet people, eat, and sleep with the sound of a steel wheel swishing on a steel rail beneath you. Sometimes the magic is outside, in the landscape the train traverses, an adventure, an experience, an insight into the heart of a nation. Some of the world's wildest and most beautiful scenery is best enjoyed from a train window. Here is the list of the best train journeys in the world. Number 7. The Trans-Mongolian Express. From Russia to China. Aping the route 17th century traders once used to cross Siberia, carrying tea from China to the cups of Russia's elite, the Trans-Mongolian is arguably the greatest train journey on the planet. It's epic, taking almost a week riding non-stop between Moscow and Beijing, crossing 6 time zones and penetrating parts of Asia that most just don't reach. The Trans-Mongolian splits off from the Trans-Siberian shortly after Ulaanbaatar and travels through Mongolia to Beijing, offering some magnificent views over the Gobi Desert and steppe. As the train crosses from Siberia into Mongolia, the land turns to parched red flats with grassy dunes sloping around the horizon. In the evening light, you can just catch the shimmer of lakes and rivers bending towards the tracks, the ground fired with a rich orange glow. Waking in China, passengers should spot the Great Wall wiggling away in the distance, while the train travels above steep valleys and orchards, skidding down towards the river where fishermen in their conical hats are seen catching fishes. The Trans-Mongolian Express is a truly amazing journey that's well within the means of any train enthusiast or excited traveler. From its rich history, incredible cuisine, and scenic beauty, it really does have something for everyone. Number 6. The Sunset Limited. From New Orleans to Los Angeles. The oldest named train in America, the Sunset Limited takes just under 2 days to cross the Deep South from New Orleans to Los Angeles. Find a seat in the panoramic viewing car and meet a diverse slice of American society, ranging from musicians, teachers, and retirees to farmers, Amish carpenters, railroaders, and runaways. Rolling past the bayous of Louisiana, the cacti of New Mexico, and the deep red sunsets of Arizona, passengers have plenty of time to read, strum guitars or spot jackrabbits, and golden eagles soaring overhead. And don't forget to keep a few dollars to hand for when the train rolls into El Paso, where the famous burrito lady waits with a freezer box on the platform. Even the Amtrak staff join the enormous queue for a taste of her fabulous chili beef burritos. You can get beautiful views throughout your journey. Just minutes after leaving New Orleans, the Sunset Limited crosses the Mississippi River on the amazing Huey Bridge. 2.5 hours before reaching Los Angeles, the sunset reaches Palm Springs, where you'll see an absolutely astonishing number of wind turbines. Number 5. The Venice Simplon-Orient Express. From London to Venice, probably the most famous train in the world and one of the best train journeys in Europe, the legendary Orient Express has now been reimagined by Belmond to emulate the golden age of travel. For the ones who are lucky enough to afford it, the Venice Simplon-Orient Express is perhaps the most luxurious and romantic train ride from London to Venice. The vintage carriages are an absolute delight. The onboard service and food is completely world-class. And if you are to take a trip from London to Venice, then you can have the best traveling experience. It is worth mentioning that the train journey is nothing less than a 5-star hotel service. Also, it is guaranteed that you are not going to get disappointed. Traveling in private compartments, where the mahogany paneling gleams from multiple layers of varnish and beds are layered with damask sheets, passengers can indulge in the old romance of railway travel on the Venice Simplon-Orient Express. Many travelers tend to get confused when it comes to deciding between the southwestbound and northeastbound. Well, the service and scenery are going to be the same either way. Therefore, it doesn't make much of a difference. However, it is advised that you take the Orient Express from London to Venice route, as you get to start with the Royal British Pullman and travel over the Channel Tunnel at the beginning of your journey. And thereafter, you can relax and enjoy your entire time on the train. Number 4. The Death Railway. From Bangkok to Thailand. During World War II, with the hope of invading India, the Japanese subjected Allied prisoners of war to forced labor, building a stretch of railway connecting Thailand to Burma. Stricken by cholera, beriberi, dysentery, and dengue, the men built 257 miles of railway track in 14 months, 372, including branch lines and sidings, with 1 death reportedly for every sleeper laid. Known now as the Death Railway, this is a beautiful but somber journey that passengers can still experience, along a remaining segment from Bangkok Thonburi Station to Namtuk Station in Kanchanaburi. Departing twice a day, the train rattles west through jungle territory, brushing against monsoon-heavy branches that sweep through the windows and snap off, scattering twigs around the aisles. It crosses the infamous bridge on the river Kuwai, the Kanchanaburi War Cemetery, the Death Railway Museum, the Hellfire Pass Memorial Museum and Walking Trail. The train rumbles along old wooden trestles, passing tiny, brightly colored stations and hooting its arrival while onboard hawkers sell hot noodles, fish cakes, and bottles of iced Nescafe. Number 3. The Qinghai-Tibet Railway. From Xining to Lhasa, China. Few train journeys can literally take your breath away. But as the Qinghai-Tibet Railway peaks at more than 5,000 meters above sea level, most passengers will experience some altitude sickness on this extraordinary ride. Connecting Xining in mainland China to Lhasa in Tibet, the highest railway in the world runs through territory so treacherous that it was deemed an engineering impossibility. Waking in the morning to the hiss of purified oxygen being pumped into the compartment, passengers pull up the blackout blind to find views resembling a Rothko painting. A slab of electric blue sky above a block of yellow plateau. Lakes shimmer like molten metal and dreadlocked yaks graze up the hillsides. As the train ascends, the air grows thinner and the dust turns to ice, a blue glow from the Kunlun Mountains closing in around the carriages. On the descent to Lhasa, the terrain smooths out into slopes as soft as suede, with the odd nomad tent strung with prayer flags fluttering in the wind. Number 2. The Rupert Rocket. From Jasper to Prince Rupert, Canada. The Skeena train, also known as the Rupert Rocket, travels from Jasper National Park in Alberta deep into the nooks and crannies of British Columbia, where few Canadians have ever been. Departing 3 days a week, the train winds northwest, passing a snow-covered Mount Robson, the highest peak in the Canadian Rockies, the Caribou Mountains, and armies of Douglas firs marching down the hillsides. Running along the edge of perfectly still, teal-green lakes, below blazing blue skies, the train allows passengers to look for black bears, white-tailed deer, elk, moose, and bald eagles from the warmth and comfort of the panoramic dome car. With an overnight stop in Prince George, the train runs through tiny stations named Queen Itza, Vanderhoof, and Penny, which is a home to less than 10 people and a number of dogs, passing First Nations reservations, Sawmill settlements, and freshwater lakes filled with salmon, before eventually arriving in Prince Rupert. Number 1. The Glacier Express. From Zermatt to Davao, Switzerland. Switzerland is renowned for the quality and punctuality of its trains, and the Glacier Express is the showpiece of its railway system. The train, which travels from Zermatt to Davos or St. Moritz, is also referred to as the slowest express train in the world. The journey takes about 8 hours. There is a good reason for this slow pace. The train squeezes its way through untouched mountain landscapes, glamorous ski resorts, narrow valleys, tight curves, 91 tunnels, and across 291 bridges. The Glacier Express crosses the Landwasser Viaduct, an impressive bridge constructed in 1901. Not only is the view magnificent from every angle on the Glacier Express route, but much of the track travels through a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is known as the Rishan Railway in the Albula or Bernina landscapes. The Glacier Express New Excellence class sets standards that are as high as the mountain peaks along the legendary route. During the journey, guests are taken care of by a concierge, be it with culinary delights, answers to personal concerns, and information about nature, culture, and people along the journey. Please share your views about this video in the comment section. Do hit the notification bell for more interesting videos from around the world. We at Find Travel carry out a lot of research and talk to officials, residents, and travel guides to give you information that is true and accurate, to help you find the best locations in the world where you can settle or visit. We are committed to providing you with the best possible information about pros and cons of different places around the world, so you can make an informed and sensible choice about where to reside or settle. Thanks for watching. Eat, sleep, travel, and stay calm.